if you want to share anything to my audience or to the learners.
Definitely. See, I have few things to share with them.
So how are you, ma'am?
I am good. Thank you so much for making me be part of this video, actually.
Thank you. It is really honored to have such wonderful person like you on my
Oh,
YouTube channel.
thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
So my all subscribers want to know your introduction. If you provide your small introduction to my all subscribers.
Definitely, I can do that. See, my name is Anila Kiran. I am basically from Andhra. Okay, but I relocated 15 years ago to Tamil Nadu, Chennai. Okay, and I started my schooling in various KVs all over India because my
Wow.
father is a military man. He's ex-serviceman right now. So I'm a proud Indian Army daughter. And
Great, great.
so I was there in Shillong for some time. I was there in Aurangabad for some time. And then I moved to my native place, Tirupati.
Okay, so you are living in Tirupati right now.
No, I moved to Chennai. I relocated to Chennai. I'm talking about my schooling as such.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you for your beautiful introduction.
Thank you. So I have got 15 years of experience as a trainer.
Oh, wow, great. That's a huge thing. 15 years mean a lot of experience you have.
Yes, I started my career in 2005 as a quality analyst in a small BPO. That's where my passion for English started.
Okay, okay. I see.
So from there on, I moved into becoming a trainer.
Oh,
And right
wow.
now, I'm a freelance trainer. I consult. I don't work full time in any company. I consult with various companies.
Okay, okay. So you are like a multi-talented.
I wouldn't say multi-talented, but I really like to help people like me who want to learn English. And you know, everybody thinks that it's a mountain, but it's not. It's actually a beautiful journey.
Wow, great. So I want to know you that how you learned English. Can you share your English learning journey?
Definitely. See, I would like to tell you a small story, okay, if I may. When I was in school and I was in 8th standard, my teacher, English teacher, asked me to read a paragraph, usually normal English textbook
Yeah.
paragraph. And I kept on reading and I was stuck with one word. I didn't know what was that. Okay. And my friend who was sitting next to me, she kept on telling me, church, church. And I was like, okay, okay. And then I read the paragraph, okay. But then it kept on bugging me that how could I not know the spelling of church when I'm in 8th standard?
Okay.
Okay.
Then
That's where it started. And I went on to reading a lot, increasing my word bank, that is vocabulary. Everybody thinks that the first step to learning English is speaking sentences as such. Okay, that's not true. First, you will have to increase your word bank. You have to know various words in English, simple, simple ones. I don't believe in using fancy words. I believe in using
just basic,
simple,
basic and intermediate words.
correct, simple words, but then short sentences with correct grammar.
Great, great. And I believe that formula also.
Yes, I know. I've been watching your videos and then I was like really impressed because the sentences that you are using are normal day-to-day sentences and everybody is able to understand them.
Yeah.
Right?
Thank you very much. And one interesting question comes to in my brain that what inspired you to start a YouTube channel for helping students?
Huh. See, a funny thing actually, the age group of students that I teach right now is 30 plus.
Okay, wow. So
I
how do you,
feel
yeah, yeah, go on, go on.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you.
No, no,
See,
it's okay.
actually, people who are associates, managers, team leaders, freshers, who are shifters. We call them shifters. From one platform to another platform, they shift. Suddenly, you want to become a software engineer because you're getting a good pay, and they study for like 3 4 months. They complete a cloud or some kind of a course, but then when they get into the office environment, it's very difficult for them because the level of English there in a software industry is kind of very high because the clients are foreigners.
That's the main problem.
Huh. So the accent is a problem, the sentence construction is a problem. The main problem is email writing.
Oh yeah, professional writing.
Right. So right now the age group that I have is like 30 plus and below 40 years. Even before I used to have like a manager who used to be like 50 years old and he wanted to learn English and I was so inspired by him because every day he'll ping me and ask, "Ma'am, do we have class today?"
Okay, oh, so they are really enthusiastic to learn from you because you give such a wonderful learning to them so that they can easily absorb that.
Huh. See, basically, I don't go by the book. Okay, that's what is
Ah,
different about me because, see, I teach them, say, for example, they have a meeting at the office. Now, even today, I had one of my associates, that is one of my trainees, call me and say, "Ma'am, I have a meeting today. I have to speak to them, and I don't know how to frame sentences.
I'm not prepared.
I'm not prepared at all." And he has all kinds of software jargons. And I'm like, okay, wait. First, you teach me what you want to say in your regional language. See, I know English, Hindi, Tamil, and Telugu. That's what I
Oh,
can
wow.
manage. Huh. So when they tell it in Tamil, predominantly here, basically, they're all Tamil, right? So when they tell it in Tamil, I absorb, I ask them again, okay, this is what you want to say to your manager? They'll be like, no, 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 not that. We want to say it like this. And then I have to rephrase it. And what I do is just not train them in English, but train them in their office environment.
Hmm,
So if you are
exactly.
put in a team, you're a fresher, you're put in a team, you don't know how your team socializes, what to talk to them, how to talk to them. Your team leader said something to you and you don't know how to respond. So immediately, I get calls at 9 in the night and ask me, I have to send an email, please help me out.
Okay, okay, great. And
So,
so that's why you are sharing your knowledge to the colleagues, to the shifters, all the staff.
right, that's how I do it because I don't believe in traditional learning methods because you've already crossed that. See, it's
Yeah,
very
exactly.
difficult. It's very easy, not difficult. It's very easy to teach someone who doesn't know English. Okay, we can teach them very quickly. But then you've already been learning English for 20 years, 30 years. And when we start again with grammar, with nouns, pronouns, will you be able to learn anything?
Yeah,
No.
exactly, exactly.
Huh. So what I do is I traditionally teach them according to your work environment.
That's great. That's really great. And yeah, I'm so impressed by your channel. So where do you want to see as a YouTuber or as a English like kind of tutor because you are as English guy for next 5 years?
See, when it comes to the 5 year plan, okay, all the interviews go by like this. So I started the channel because I've been working with a lot of corporates, Fortune 500 companies. I've been full time there, I've been freelancing there. And what happens is we teach them in a particular hour and then we leave them, right?
Hmm,
We
exactly.
actually learning for the person learns very little from us. So I was not okay with it. So when I got married in 2014, I decided, no, this is not how I'm going to do it. If I'm going to put my heart and soul and time into it, then I want that person to learn something out of it.
Great, great. That's the great thing, really great thing.
So I left freelancing. I left full time, and then I got into freelancing where I take associates only who are really in troubled situation. I have people who've not been paying me fees at all because I really like their dedication. It's not about money to me. It's about learning English. They want to learn English, you do it in the proper way. If I give you a homework, I tell you complete this and come. Even if you're 40, 50 years old, it doesn't matter to me. You will have to complete that and come.
Wow, so nice, so nice. And what difficulties you usually find in the learners for their struggle to learn English language, especially?
And the problem right now that I face, okay, usually the challenge is if you're talking about a team's dynamics is very important. It's called the dynamics. So a rotten apple causes all the apples to go rotten, kind of a thing. So I've
Yeah,
kind of faced a lot of challenges like that, and I've actually crossed a lot of them.
great.
Yes. So when it comes to a group, we act differently as trainers. But when it comes to individually, trust me, in there, I've never felt that I cannot do it. See, I'm not boasting about me or anything. I have faced hurdles, but then I've never faced big challenges in my trainees. The only challenge I face is they cannot continue learning because their work is too much, or they cannot come because their work hours are very bad. So I have associates who are working, right? Trainees. So typically they cannot come from 9 to 6.
Yes.
So one of them, my training schedules are one of them comes 7:30 in the morning. So 7:30 to 8:30 I have a class. Then I have somebody who comes at 9 in the night,
Oh,
9 to
then
10. So according to their time frame, I change because they're eager to learn.
yes. So that's why you are putting your effort to them so that they can learn.
Seriously. See, now I have a daughter at home. She's 3 years old and very sharp and very mischievous and very naughty in a good way. Okay. So right now also she's sleeping upstairs. And I told everybody at home, please don't send her down.
Good, good.
So it is like challenging for me too, because I have to juggle between so many things. But I'm
You can.
really interested and my family is so supportive.
Oh, that's the main thing. That is the really main thing. That if your family support you, then you will grow by leaps and bounds.
Right. True.
And what is the hardest thing you have already faced to teach your learners? What is the hardest challenge?
Hardest challenge, if you say, is um, we have to keep up with our curriculum all the time.
Exactly, I have totally agree with you.
So for me, it is kind of difficult because today I'm teaching you something. Say, for example, I'm teaching you subject verb agreement. Okay, sounds a fancy word, but it's very easy. I teach you that, and tomorrow you cannot come to the class because you have some kind of a meeting. Day after tomorrow, you can't come to the class, and then on Thursday or Friday, you pop up. Okay, and I ask you what is subject verb agreement, and don't
Yeah,
remember.
exactly.
So what
So
happens is we keep repeating our curriculum, and that's good.
that's
But that is the hardest challenge that we face because time is very precious, and sometimes because of the chaos in their own lives, the
yeah,
trainees kind of feel very difficult, and sometimes they give up. And when they give up, I who feel bad. I'm like, it's not about the
yeah,
money actually. It's
yeah.
about learning and becoming something. Now, recently I had a trainee. During the pandemic, he got the job.
Hmm.
Okay. His KT was happening at home, and he's like kind of a beginner. He's got the software job, but he's very beginner. Okay. And he's not able to frame sentences, do proper chats, but software wise, he's really good. Technically awesome, but communication wise, very low. So he had a tough time and he was learning with me. He used to come home when there were relaxations and all that. I used to teach him. Now, what happened is at office, the pressure is too much and he's not able to take it and he stopped coming. He's telling, ma'am, I'm not able to do it. I really want to learn English, but I cannot. So give me a couple of sentences that I can copy paste.
Okay, okay.
So
Then,
I'm giving him commonly used sentences, commonly used phrases in chats. I send it to him occasionally. And then he was like, okay, I'm going to do it. But he's not coming. So I feel bad for him because down the lane, when he is moving into next position or when he's going to office and facing his manager, he has to talk. He cannot hide anymore.
exactly.
So that is one of the challenges that, I usually face. I feel bad.
And one thing I noticed that you are really genuine person by heart, and you are really great because you, suppose I am your learner, so sometimes I am not able to come in, but you can manage so that next day I can come whenever I want. You can adjust yourself, so that is really great. You always adjust yourself to teach others. So this is really kindness. This is a huge kindness. I
What
noticed.
is see, it's all about learning. And I have housewives also who are learning from me. So they're managing their kids and they come online and they'll say, Anila, you know what? I just cooked, I ate, I didn't wash the vessels. Okay. So give me some break, quickly teach me for 45 minutes and then I'm done.
Then you can adjust yourself. You can mold up yourself.
Yes. So every
Awesome.
day morning, it's like I get pings and I'm going to tell you, I'm available at this time, this time, this time. You tell me if you're available. And I adjust according to them.
Oh, yeah. So that's why in chat you can ask that when you are going to make this conversation, so that I can manage.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. That's why I'm thinking. I was thinking that why.
See,
See,
3:30 to 4:30, I had a homemaker, a
mm,
beautiful, proud homemaker mother who is busy with her daughter, with her online classes, with her husband attending office from home and all that, and but still she's eager to learn. And she's like, 3:30 to 4:30, please. And I'm like, okay, no problem. So 4:30, I finished it, and I had just a cup of chai, and then I'm like ready to
oh,
go. And back
oh,
to you. And again, at 7, I have another class.
oh my God, so much. You are so busy with your schedules, and also you can manage them in a proper way.
Somehow managing by God's grace. That's it. What I can say.
And I can't express myself that this conversation is really beautiful, and it is not like a teacher or learner, it is like a friendly. I feel that you are so friendly in nature.
I
Thank you
am
very much.
very friendly because that is how we can mold you. See, if I put dominance, there are three kinds of people: passive, aggressive, and assertive. Okay. So, also
Great.
I'm taking a lesson for you. Please don't mind. So, I am the assertive passive kind. So I know where to use the aggressiveness if needed, but not naturally, where people are submissive to you. No, right? So if you are assertive, I am assertive to you.
Hmm. Wow, so nice, so nice. And it is really, really lovely to meet you. And if you want to share anything to my audience or to the learners,
Definitely. See, I have few things to share with them. Uh, I don't know if they've heard of white noise. White noise is something that is very powerful. If you want to learn any language, especially English, then what you have to do is before you start anything, or if you've already started somewhere you're in between, what you have to do is during your day, whenever you are free or whenever you're doing something, multitasking, whenever you're multitasking, make sure you listen to something in English rather than watching it. So if you are, say, for example, washing vessels, or you're working on your desktop, and what you have to do is instead of listening to some songs or instead of listening to something on the TV, a news or something, go ahead and watch something which is of English support. That is English language oriented. what happens is our brain is so powerful that it captures what and all is going at the background more than what is happening in front. In that way, your word bank will increase drastically and amazing. Children learn like that. They don't see the videos, they don't do anything, they listen to it. So if you work on your listening, your English communication will improve drastically and exponentially.
Great, great. And thank you very much for having and also for giving your precious time to me and to my all subscribers. And
Sure. And talking about you, Indrajit, before I could close this call, before you can close this conversation. See, I'm getting called because usually I talk
yeah,
like that.
it's a yeah, I know.
I find that the sentences that you frame are really amazing. Okay,
Thank you.
because you think before you talk. Yes, and the voice, the tone, all of them are great. The rate of speech is amazing. Okay, because anybody, even when you're talking to foreigners or anybody outside India, then I saw that the pace that you went is really good. Yes. The only area that I found that you will have to work on is your pronunciation.
Yes, I have to work on my pronunciation.
Correct. If seriously, if you work on your pronunciation, then you will be an amazing English communicator. Trust me, you are already one. Okay. Here and there, few syllables, if you work on, you're going to be somewhere. You're going to hit that 1 million subscriber
Oh
mark.
my God.
You work on your pronunciation. So that's my wish
Yes.
for you. You should reach big heights and spread the message of learning English. Bring the confidence to people who think that no, I can't learn English because I don't have the means to learn English. That should not be the case. So you're doing that, and I really appreciate your efforts.
Thank you so much for your lovely compliment. I am really, really happy to have such wonderful conversation with you.
Thank you so much.